Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. It's another season of Wyoming AA Legion Baseball. Follow the American Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer months as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Today's broadcast is being brought to you in part by Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, mylocalradio.com, Best Western Dunmore Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, West Star Printing, Rocky Mountain Sign, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Seavers Jewelers, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental, The Lumberyard, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Mountain West Business Solutions, Plains Tire, Landmark Plumbing and Heating, Joe's Modern Cleaners, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Uinta County School District No. 1, T-Bar S Body Shop, Dr. McKay Frankham DDS, Evanston Regional Hospital, Flex Fitness, Kazines, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Superior Rental, and the Gun Room. With first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the booth.
Take a first look at Labke Memorial Stadium, the host of the 2019 AA Wyoming State Tourney. Number 2 Sheridan versus number 3 Evanston is how we open up the weekend, and 5 wins is what separates the 8 teams here in attendance from a state title. Ryan Fisher on the mound for Evanston going against Jacob Boynt, who gets the start for Sheridan. Jake Hibbert joining you live on the airwaves and online throughout this First Bank presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball. Next.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
Put on a show, so if you need a demonstration, I apologize if I kept you waiting. Have to make a statement. You know what's in my jeans, I'm always stating.
Both teams being announced at the moment as we welcome you back to Labke Memorial Stadium here in Gillette, Wyoming. Day 1 of the AA State Tourney in the state of Wyoming. As we mentioned, there will be a new state champion this year, the 4-time defending state and 16 of the last 18 state champion winners. Cheyenne Post 6 has opted for what they call greener pastures. They'll be playing in the Connie Mack Invitational out in New Mexico this week, and since that was one they had to qualify for and no team from Wyoming ever has qualified for, they said that's where we're headed, and that's where they will play. They had to drop out of the AA state tournament to do so. The Cody Cubs have jumped up to do so, and we will be back with Jason Lloyd, manager of the Outlaws, right after this.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
There's an easy way to get a 10-day free pass to Flex Fitness. Log on to the Evanston sports pages at mylocalradio.com and click on the Flex Fitness logo. This is Mike Gatewood, co-owner of Flex Fitness in Evanston. When you click on the Flex Fitness logo displayed on the Evanston sports pages at mylocalradio.com, we'll give you a 10-day free pass to work out here at Flex Fitness. Log on right now and get your 10-day free pass to Flex Fitness. Click on Flex Fitness on the Evanston sports pages at mylocalradio.com and come check us out.
Stepping, grooving while I'm feeling buzz. And I ain't drunk, these my moves, this is what I does. It's good clubbing, and we buzzing. Yeah, so we gon' get it in.
Got caught in the national anthem right there. It's 9:53, 7 minutes before the start of this game. And we will continue our pregame coverage right now back here at Ladke Memorial Stadium. As we mentioned, the Cody Cubs are up.
Keep the rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under control in victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Let's play ball.
These state tournaments always have these broadcasters' nightmares of breaks where you have to stop and keep the stadium quiet. That was the American Legion baseball players' creed that they were going through. So finally, the Cody Cubs have jumped up. They are on Evanston's side of the bracket. Today it's Evanston versus Sheridan. Sheridan, the number 2 seed from the East, after being bumped up from the number 3 seed, what they would have been. All Cheyenne Post-6 conference games have been ruled null and void for purpose of seeding. So Sheridan comes into this contest 29-22 overall, but 2-2 on the conference season. Evanston 21-24 with a 3-3 conference record. That includes 2 10-run wins against Rock Springs, 2 10-run losses against Casper, and then a split against Jackson most recently this past week, Friday and Saturday. On Friday of last week, July 19th, Evanston lost 7-1, giving Seth Lloyd the start. Seth Lloyd and Jagger Mitchell combined for the 6 innings, 7-1 the final. The Outlaws just couldn't get the ball around the diamond, really. They got 8 hits, but just couldn't get any runs to come in. The next day, different story. A complete game out of Ethan Buse on just 52 pitches, 65% of which were strikes, and a 16-1 victory for the Evanston Outlaws. 9:55 the game time right now. I was told games would not be allowed to start early, but I think that might be broken early. We will see. We'll now hear from Jason Lloyd, starter, our manager for the Outlaws, and if we get time, we'll give you some opening stats for Ryan Fisher and Jacob Boynt when we come back. I have Outlaws manager Jason Lloyd with me leading up to Game 1 at the state tournament. First of all, let's go back to the last weekend split with Jackson. You get a 7-1 loss followed by a 16-1 win. How do you account for the turnarounds like that with your team, or have you just given up trying?
I mean, obviously we went into those games wanting to go 2-0 to go to the number 2 seed, obviously, and you know, errors and base running errors just kind of plagued us, kind of like what they've had all year, really. Just bad timing on us. I mean, they were good games other than what the score showed. I think we were 3-1 the first game until the 6th inning or something, or even maybe the top of 7. But anyway, yeah, just we got some good work from the kids. You know, obviously they hit Ryan, they hit Seth, which I've seen them for the last 7 years. So I guess it's maybe something to go to, and then you turn around and do a 16-1 game and you play the exact same team. So it's where the pressure's not on you, I guess you played a little bit better, and that was kind of my speech given to the boys of, look, you know, let's go to state lax just like you played this last Jackson game. You've got nothing to lose, and just lay it all on the line. Some of it's your last games, and you might as well just play lax and have fun and see what happens.
For over 10 years,
And we are ready for baseball. Leading off for the Evanston Outlaws, it's Reed Gross going against Jacob Boynt. High pop-up on the first pitch from play. Out towards the first base dugout, and right in the dugout, reaches glove on out and make the snatch on an excellent play there. Aiden Roush with 1 out, 1 pitch in. How about that to start off a conference and state tournament game? I should say state tournament game. Conference is all over with on the year here at Ladke Memorial. Opening round, Reed Gross retired on 1 pitch. The Cody Cubs entering the stadium, and filing into my left here, Jagger Mitchell, swing and a miss, strike 1 again. On the mound for Sheridan today, Jacob Boynt, starting this game off 3 minutes ahead of scheduled time. Aiden Roush at first base, and the second pitch hit opposite field, deep down the right field line, tailing foul and dropping for a foul ball. Eric Taylor on second base for the Sheridan Troopers, and Quinn McCafferty at shortstop. Michael Greer, a third baseman. Race Johnston in the left field position. Jaron Brewer in center, and Justice Reese in right field. Waiting for a new baseball as Jagger Mitchell goes back into the right-handed batter's box for the Evanston Outlaws. Mitchell will be followed up by Seth Lloyd. Point, the right-handed pitcher, on an 0-2 count, throws it wildly to the left, and it's 1-2. Have the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard up, and it's a beauty. Out towards left center field. It says Riders Baseball up above it. Great field, 400 feet to dead center field. High green wall. Chop foul for Mitchell to keep the count at 1-2. 320 to left field and 320 to right, so a symmetrical stadium. 379 in the left center gap and 376 in the right center gap. Also in this Ladke Memorial Stadium, we have the utilization of field turf in the infield. Knocked down to the first base line. Roush fields it, flips it on to Boynt, who's covering first base, and there are 2 outs. 2 up and 2 down for the Evanston Outlaws. In quick fashion as well, 1 pitch for Reed Gross and just 4 or 5 for Jagger Mitchell. Brings up Seth Lloyd. Seth Lloyd hitting .592 in the month of July. 6th-year Outlaw. Playing in his final weekend of Wyoming State Tournament play. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Boynt. Went low and outside, and he's up 0-1. Second delivery from Boynt. Same pitch, same spot, no swing, but a called strike by the home plate umpire. 0-2 with 2 outs for the Outlaws, nobody on. And Boynt trying to go through the inning 1-2-3. Sets up on the wind, goes inside, and that's a ball 1. Ryan Fisher batting 4th for the Evanston Outlaws. Gus Allred 5th, Chris Perriman 6th, Brendan Thompson 7, Perriman, that being Casey 8, and Jordan Schneider batting 9th. The count is 1-2, and the pitch is high for ball 2. Ryan Fisher, sitting in the on-deck circle, has been struggling. After a great start to the season, his batting average has slowly dropped. 2-2 delivery. Chop foul to stay alive. It was approaching 500 in June, was Fisher's batting average. Enters the state tournament 1 tick below 400 at 399, including a 310 average in the month of July. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike out. No chop foul. He did just get a piece of it. Looked like it was a breaking ball. Lloyd got just a bit of it. And it's still 2-2. 2 outs. The pitch from Boynt. Fastball. And the count goes full. It was inside and low. Good turnout for an early 10 a.m. game here. Full count delivery. And Lloyd stays alive. Along with the field turf, which is becoming more popular at the high school, Legion, and even college ranks, having the field turf on the infield for a more predictable and truer bounce, getting rid of the dirt and grass, you have the major league style netting. That extends on to the first base dugout. Knock up the middle, and it's through the gap. A 2-out single by Seth Lloyd on a full count. Puts the Outlaws on with their first base runner. And it brings up the cleanup hitter, Ryan Fisher. Ryan Fisher, the starter for the Outlaws today. Looking to get something going at the bat. Lloyd on first base. Gus Allred on deck. Mentioned Seth Lloyd hitting .592 in the month of July. That's good for a season total of .458. Fisher takes ball 1. That's through 131 at-bats. 39 singles, 16 doubles, 1 triple rather, and 4 home runs. A couple of those out at the Rock Springs field at Paul J. Wataha, which is a good field to knock him out at. Called strike on the outside edge. Jacob Boynt was going backdoor on the left-handed hitter, Seth Lloyd. Does the same with Fisher, hitting that outside edge with the good movement. Throw back to first. Lloyd dives in safely. Straight up infield. Save for first base, holding Lloyd with a good lead onto the bag. That being Roush. Ball gets past the catcher. Lloyd will be in standing at second base. Makes a little round and heads back to the bag. Runner in scoring position with a 2-1 count to Ryan Fisher. Jacob Boynt, wearing number 12, makes a slow walk back to that mound. You can see the recycled tire tread. A big black stretch down that mound, which is also field turf. Just colored to look like the dirt. Step off the mound. Looks Lloyd back to second. Sheridan with a winning record on the year, 29-22 with a split on the conference year, 2-2. 2 wins against Laramie. Called strike on a good slider. Maybe a curveball by Boynt to make it 2-2. Sheridan was 2-0 against Laramie and 0-2 versus Gillette. They don't count, but they were 0-2 against Post 6 as well, with 18-0 in April and a 10-0 loss on May 25th. And yeah, going back to April 18th, both Sheridan and Post 6 out of Cheyenne were playing baseball. Evanston had its first opening day in April in at least a decade. This year playing in a end of April, last couple of days, tournament in Casper. 2-2 count, runner on second, 2 outs. Top of the first inning for the Outlaws. Swing and a miss, and Fisher goes down with the strikeout. Jacob Boynt leaves a man stranded with 1 hit, but no runs surrendered in the top of the first. This is State Baseball live from Gillette, Wyoming on a First Bank presentation on mylocalradio.com and on the radio, KNYN 99.1.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
The steel fabrication shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals, the public is always welcome, and contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment, and customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment, including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Never had a love about you. Confuse all the people walking as you go. Yeah. First time.
Ryan Fisher on the mound for the Evanston Outlaws, and behind the plate catching is Reed Gross. At first base, it's Gus Allred. This for the Evanston Outlaws out there. Number 3 seed from the west side, second base, is Brendan Thompson. And at shortstop, as always, Seth Lloyd. That's as always, unless, of course, he is pitching. At third base, Jagger Mitchell, Casey Perriman in left field, Chris Perriman in center, and in right field, it is Jordan Schneider. Ryan Fisher on the year, leading the way for pitching. 59 innings thrown, but a 5.695 ERA, something he would like to improve upon today as he gets his first look at the AA state tournament in the 2019 season. He's allowed 59 runs, 48 of which were earned, walked 39, struck out 48, and hit 6. First pitch is a called ball, and that's Race Johnson, right-handed hitter, number 4 for Sheridan. Following Johnson, it's the opposing pitcher. It's Jacob Boynt, and Aiden Roush is third. Swing and a miss, going up the sladder is Fisher. Put the count at 1-1. Quinn McCafferty is the cleanup hitter, and Dalton Nelson bats fifth. Jaron Brewer sixth. Here's the 1-1 delivery. High pop-up and out of play. Justice Reese, Eric Taylor, and Michael Greer round out 7, 8, 9 for Sheridan. And like a lot of teams, this Sheridan program is really top-heavy, 1 through 4. They've got some great hitters. And then they look to get the location they can as we have a punch out for Johnson looking on 4 pitches. Fisher went inside, much to just grazed the edge of the plate, leading off with a strikeout. So 1 through 4 for Sheridan, real strong, and Ryan Fisher setting down 1 in pretty quick order. Delivers ball 1 to Jacob Boynt, the left-handed hitter. Boynt throws right, bats left, much like Seth Lloyd, ace pitcher for the Outlaws. Here's Fisher delivering outside back-to-back pitches. Puts the count at 2-0. On 2-0, he goes outside again and was just about to say the scout on Ryan Fisher. He has good velocity. He's a strikeout pitcher. But at times, his location gets away from him and starts walking him in bunches. On 3-0, delivers a fastball in the zone for strike 1, taken by Boynt. Quinn McCafferty, the ace pitcher for the Sheridan Troopers, not on the mound today. Opposite field knock down the foul line. You get a true bounce on the infield field turf, except for a situation like we just saw, as it ends about 30 feet beyond the first base bag, maybe 20 feet, and there's a lip between that and the grass, and when it hits that perfectly, it shoots up like that foul ball did. Ground ball to shortstop, a perfect play by Seth Lloyd, charging in on it and making a sidearm throw to first. Gus Allred gloves it, and 1 is retired, followed by another. A strikeout and a ground out, 2 up, 2 down for Sheridan in the bottom of the first. A little knee saver for Reed Gross behind the plate as well. You got an extra patch of field turf that's rolled out for the catcher. The one downside is on a hot day like this, that field turf gets hotter than regular grass. Breaking ball for Ryan Fisher on the first pitch, misses the inside corner to the right-handed hitter Aiden Roush, and it's ball 1. 1-0 count to Roush. The delivery is a fastball down in the proverbial dirt for ball 2. Two and 0 count. The pitch, fastball, knocked up the middle, just misses hitting the second base. And a 2-out single, much like the Outlaws got, continues the inning for Sheridan in the bottom of the first. Brings up the cleanup hitter, right-handed hitter Quinn McCafferty, one of the nominees for AA Pitcher of the Year. Sheridan opting to hold on to their ace, who tips it foul on the first pitch. On day 1, their number 2 pitcher, usually Aiden Roush. So they're going with Jacob Boynt, who's looked well on the mound so far for Sheridan as well. 0-1 delivery, runner at first stays, and a ball outside. Both of these teams finished out with a win. For Evanston, it was a conference victory. Big knock out to left center field. Settling under is the left fielder, Casey Perriman. And the side is retired. On to the second inning next. Nobody scores in the first. This, the best after 7. On to the top of the second next, the visiting Outlaws, when we return on this First Bank presentation of Evanston Baseball on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925. For over 10 years, the professional and
Welcome back to Ladke Memorial Stadium. Had just a bit of technical issues there. As Jacob Boynt comes back for a second inning of work, he looks strong in the first inning, delivering a pop out, a ground out, giving up a single to the number 3 hitter Seth Lloyd and one of the hottest hitters in the state of Wyoming in the month of July, before striking out cleanup hitter Ryan Fisher on 5 pitches. Ryan Fisher faced 4 batters as well, struck out the first, second was a ground out, third a single, and the fourth a fly out to left field. Brings up Gus Allred. 5-6-7 for the Evanston Outlaws. No score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Boynt out of the wind. Delivers some heat, but down low for a ball. As we were talking about before the break, Evanston finished out with a conference win on the season. Swing and a miss by Allred puts the count at 1-1. And a big one at that, 16-1 in 5 innings. 4 runs in the first, 4 in the second, 7 in the fourth, and another in the fifth. That coming by way of 17 hits. And Ethan Buse in a complete game gave up just 3 hits to the Jackson Giants. For Sheridan, they also finished out with a big win, 15-2. Although it was not in conference, it was against the Cheyenne team, the single-A Cheyenne Hawks. Allred with a 1-2 count. Takes one outside and chops it up to the pitcher's mound. Boynt grabs it and fires on to first for the out. Brings up Chris Perriman. Chris Perriman's been doing pretty well this season by other season standards and made a late jump up in the order, batting 6th. Swings at an inside pitch, strike 1. Chris Perriman, 298 on the season, 313 in the month of July. Second pitch from Boynt outside for a ball. Following Perriman, it is Brendan Thompson, who is the 3rd hottest hitter for the Outlaws in the last 15 games or so. Comes in hitting over 370. Perriman swings and misses. At 1-2 goes the count. The pitch and a strikeout. Perriman reaches at one, something he's been prone to do in past seasons, but has had pretty good vision as of late. Took one high and outside and whiffed at it. Brings up Brendan Thompson. I think the jitters of the state tournament getting to a couple of these Outlaws early on. Thompson set for the pitch by Boynt, and it's a swing and a miss. Credit to Jacob Boynt as well. He's got the hitters guessing at the plate. Good movement, good variation of speed, and goes with a cutter. Outside, Thompson does hold up. 1-1 count. As opposed to all other Legion games we've had this season, at State there are 3 umpires. 2-1 count after the ball by Boynt. That puts one down the first and third base lines, which will help on any check swing appeals. Swing and a miss, and the movement continues for Boynt to get the whiff action out of Brendan Thompson. 2 outs in the inning, 2-2 count. Nobody on for Evanston, top of the second inning. The pitch by Boynt, and a foul off. Casey Perriman standing on deck. He was a number 5 hitter for the Outlaws this year, but has lost his swing as of late. Hitting below 200 at times in 5-game stretches. And a strikeout taken. Looking by Brendan Thompson. 1, 2, 3 goes the order. And the Outlaws will move on to the defensive side in the bottom half. Sheridan up to bat, no score on the Impact Physical Therapy board on this First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
The first school in Evanston opened in 1870 with 8 students. Since the very beginning, excellence in education has been the goal. Dedicated teachers and staff, board members, and community members have focused on student learning. The Uintah County School District No. 1 has graduated many young men and women who have gone on to be successful, productive citizens, parents, and leaders around the world. Our heritage continues today. Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Susanna, I can't take this anymore.
14 pitches in the second inning is all for Jacob Boynt after a 20-pitch first inning. Evanston Outlaws back out defensively to face 5, 6, 7 in the Sheridan order. Dalton Nelson on the bat, followed by Jaron Brewer and Justice Reese in the hole. No score on the Impact Physical Therapy board, 1 hit for either side, and a 2-0 count for Ryan Fisher on the mound. Fisher started off a couple of batters early in the first inning with a 2-0 count. Retired both of them. A pitch on the third is a strike, fastball. 2-1. Fisher in the wind. Fastball. Knocked out towards second. 3 hopper, fielded cleanly by Brendan Thompson, and 4-3 putout goes the runner for out number 1 in the bottom of the second inning. Retires Nelson and brings up Jaron Brewer, center fielder for Sheridan. A team that would be a number 3 seed if not for Cheyenne dropping out of the AA state tournament to play in another tournament in New Mexico. Big breaking ball, and it doesn't quite break for Ryan Fisher. It's 1-0. That bumps Sheridan up to the 2 seed. And thus they're the host in this opening game to the visiting designated Outlaws. 2-0 count once again for Fisher on the mound, and this time it goes 3-0, a low fastball taken by Brewer. Fisher, despite his control issues in that first inning, threw just 16 pitches in the first. A 4-pitch walk is his first surrendered. This one to Brewer in the second with 1 gone. Justice Reese, right-handed hitter at the bat. 1 man on. And you hope 1 walk for the Outlaws does not beget another, as it so often has this season. Throw back to first, and a little lazy looper throw, not trying to get the runner out. In safely by a mile. Back to the batter at hand. Justice Reese, right-handed hitter playing right field. Off the stretch. Fastball strike called for Fisher and the Outlaws. Eight, 9 on deck and in the hole for Sheridan. Fisher taking his time, delivers the 0-1 and goes up the ramp and gets 0-2 swing and miss action out of Reese. Infield at double play depth up the middle. First base Allred holding the runner to the base. And Jordan Schneider playing halfway in at third. Pickoff play to first, and the runner is safe. Fisher on 0-2. Takes the sign. Goes outside, and it's a ball. 1-2 with one out. Bottom of the second inning, no score. One man on. Small lead at first base. The pitch, swing and a miss, and out number 2 as Reese is retired. Ryan Fisher struck one out in the first, has a strikeout in the second. Those are strikeouts number 60 and 61 of the season for the departing senior. Brings up the number 8 hitter, a right-handed Eric Taylor. Plays second base. 2 are gone. Runner at first goes. The throw down is good, and the tag is applied. Swipe out by Brendan Thompson, and you don't have to worry about the number 8 man until next inning. Caught stealing Reed Gross with the hose down, and the Outlaws move on to the top of the third next. Still no score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNY and 99.1 FM.
The steel fabrication shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals. The public is always welcome. And contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment. And customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment, including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Self-control. My desperation's overload.
How about that to end the second inning? Reed Gross sends the runner down trying to swipe a bag and ends it. So no men stranded in the second inning for Sheridan after leaving one in the first. And it's 8-9-1 for the Outlaws. And a swing and a miss by Casey Perriman, as we start the third. Jaron Brewer felt pretty confident going on the first pitch. Delivered to the number 8 hitter, Eric Taylor, who has to wait till next inning to get his at-bat. Big healthy cut, but another miss by Casey Perriman makes it 0-2. Outlaws, the visiting team of Evanston. Number 3 seed from the West. And Perriman takes ball 1. Boyd has the hitter's antsy at the bat. Counts at 1-2. Outlaws finished the regular season 3 games below 500. Count 2-2 after back-to-back outside deliveries. Perriman set for the 2-2. Knocks it foul and stays alive. Casey Perriman has good power when he's seeing the ball, which is something he's been trying to get back into the rhythm of. 2-2, knocked out, and looking again. There's a couple of guys who have been punched out in today's game. Brendan Thompson ended the inning, strikeout looking. That was after Chris Perriman struck out swinging. In all, that's strikeout number 4 for Jacob Boynt in the game in 2 1/3 innings. Ryan Fisher has a couple to his name as well. Brings up Jordan Schneider, number 9 hitter for the Outlaws. Wears number 1 and is hitting 114 on the season through 70 at-bats. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Jordan Schneider out there for his glove. Still trying to bring the bat along. 1-1 delivery. Schneider watches it. Schneider scored 14 runs and has 12 RBIs this season on just those 8 hits. 2-1, swing and a miss, evens it up. So when he has connected, it has come at big times with runners in scoring position. This the top of the third, nobody on and 1 gone. Point winds up and gives a big looping curveball. Fills it up as it's taken by Schneider. Schneider gives a little back bend. Ready in the box. The pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts to open up the third inning as Jacob Boynt looking fine after all. On the mound for Sheridan. Turns the lineup over to Reed Gross. Gross was a 1 pitch and gone in his first at-bat. Takes a breaking ball inside for ball 1. It was a ball that was in play by a hair. In fact, maybe not even that. Aiden Roush had to reach into his home dugout to grab the ball out on that little foul. Second pitch is fouled off by Gross to make the count 1-1. Evanston Outlaws wearing the bright blue jerseys and gray pants, visitors' pants. All white jerseys for Sheridan, save for the little red numerals and the blue sleeves. Have a little blue striping up the area of the buttons as well that go up to the collar. Called inside strike, puts the count at 2-2 with 2 outs and nobody on. Jagger Mitchell waiting on deck. He was a ground out victim on 5 pitches back in the first inning. The delivery, breaking ball. Down to the pitcher's mound. Boynt barehands it, throws to first. It's wild. Roush steps on the bag, but not in time as he was pulled off. Reed Gross is safe. That's a close call, but no argument down at first. And the inning continues. A high throw put Roush up into the air, and it's ruled that Gross touched the base just a hair before Roush landed back down on it. Always a dangerous play at first when you get a guy up into the air. Trying to land on an uneven area like a baseball bag. Continues the inning. Is ruled an E1. But the inning does continue. Jagger Mitchell knocks one foul and out of play on his first pitch. 1 hit for either side. Seth Lloyd for Evanston with a single, and Aiden Roush with a single, both of them number 3 hitters in the order. Boynt likes the sign, delivers outside. Ball gets away from the catcher, Dalton Nelson, and Gross is safely on second base. The last time the Evanston Outlaws had a base runner, Seth Lloyd also made it to second by way of a wild throw and into scoring position with 2 outs. A big gap between first and second base. If Mitchell could somehow go opposite field, the right-handed hitter is being played to pole. Boynt taking his time, stepping off the mound and back into the set position. Delivers. High pop-up and out of play behind us. Giving a high smack off the concession stands and rolling back into the parking lot. Count is at 1-2. Gross has good speed at second base. Takes a healthy lead at the bag. Mitchell ready. Knocks it opposite field into right. Backing up to make the grab, Justice Reese ends the inning on the flyout to right. And the Outlaws strand another runner. They've stranded both of them so far. On to the bottom of the third inning next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. There is no job too small or too big. You'll find what you need at the Lumberyard in Evanston. We carry over 25,000 products under one roof. If we don't have it, we can order everything you need to finish every project, large or small. The Lumberyard also delivers. Make sure you always check the Lumberyard first. Excellent prices, great customer service, and quality products. Now you can even shop online at thelumberyard.com. The Lumberyard, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Bottom of the third inning coming up, Evanston versus Sheridan right now, and after that it's Jackson versus Laramie scheduled at 1 p.m. That's another 2-3 matchup. Ryan Fisher on the mound out for another inning of work, trying to stay pace with Jacob Boynt, and joined now by former Outlaw, Bo Lloyd. How you doing, Bo?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see you out here. You were playing on a field similar to this here at Ladke Memorial last year as we were in Cheyenne, that field turf. You got the true bounce, and so far we've seen some great fielding. I think it's indicative of that field being so predictable.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The turf has a true bounce, and I love it. I love to play on it, and I'm sure these guys do too.
So far, we've seen a pretty good pitching battle. You're down there pretty close. I see you down with your mom, Heidi, looking at the movement of the pitches. Are you able to see what Jacob's thrown? It looks like a curveball, maybe a cutter, fastball. What are you seeing down there?
It looks like a little bit of a changeup and a curveball both. They have some really good movement on there. Our hitters aren't going to be able to pick it up. Hopefully this next inning we'll be able to pick them up.
Do you think they've been a little, the Evanston hitters have been a little bit antsy so far trying to get a hold of Jacob?
Oh, yeah, it's the state tournament. Your nerves are always high up, and it's the first ball game. A couple innings by, and you'll be able to settle in and hit them.
Yeah, kind of what I was thinking is that it gets those nerves a little bit into that state tournament.
Yeah.
Number 8 hitter, Eric Taylor gets another hack at it. He was left at the altar, stranded at the bat as Jaron Brewer was caught stealing. And Ryan Fisher delivers a ball one. And we've seen this all year long from Ryan. He gets behind hitters in counts. So far he's only walked one, but always got to watch that one. The second pitch, knocked off foul. And from Ryan, he has been looking for that location a little bit, especially early on in the counts. It's at 1-1 right now. The pitch is inside and a ball. Yeah. Got some attention, Bo. What was going on there?
She was trying to find the station.
Looking for the station. Yep. There we go. Thank you for helping us out there. You've done it enough times, I would imagine, by now.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We're good.
Counts at 3-1. Fisher has walked one batter. Hoping not to do another. Here's the pitch and a called strike. Now, do you worry too much when you see Ryan, you played with him for years, go back on so many hitters 2-0 as he has today?
No, because that's really how he works. He likes to get behind a little bit, and then he works back. Look like that.
Full count. And the pitch is hit out into right field and settled under it. Jordan Schneider with the first out. At times, particularly in Casper, though, he was walking hitters time after time. And so a couple of times it has gotten away. But as you said today, he's been working in that 2-0 count, try to go outside, and then kind of maybe rein it in a little bit with the fastballs later in the count.
Yeah, he has. He's done well today.
Michael Greer at the bat. Knocks it hard down the third base side. Past the glove of Jagger Mitchell and into left field for a single. Second hit of the day comes from the 9-hitter, Michael Greer, and Sheridan has a runner on with one gone. What were you seeing on that play? Was that just a meatball out there for him?
It looked like a hard hit ball.
No real chance for a third baseman to get there. Turns the lineup over to Race Johnston. Johnston struck out looking on 4 pitches. And a fastball down in the dirt for a ball. Haven't been down. You're a little bit in the sun. It felt pretty hot down on the field just before first pitch. It looks like it could be up in the upper 90s today, the way that field turf is going to make things a little bit hotter. Did you notice last year playing at Cheyenne on that field turf a significant heat increase when you went out onto the field?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is. It's probably about a 10-degree difference out from the infield from the outfield is what the outfielders were saying.
Second pitch is hit up. And, yeah, as soon as you get down, it's kind of like an oven. You did a lot of that as well playing in football. Just about all the places you went were on field turf. Luckily, though, you were usually playing those games at night.
Yeah, at night. This is a little bit different because it's right in the middle of the day. It's a little hot.
Joined by Bo Lloyd, former Evanston Outlaw, older brother of Seth Lloyd, playing shortstop for the Outlaws, post 41. Bottom of the third inning, no score, runner on first base for the Sheridan Troopers. And a 2-1 count with one gone for the leadoff hitter, Race Johnston. Small lead at first base. Greer not trusting his speed right now. Little blooper out towards short. Seth Lloyd on the run, but it drops in safely for a hit. Everyone in. A nightmare for the infield, outfield on that hit.
Yeah, those are tough plays, you know. The infield running out there. Outfield, just a tough play all around.
A little bit before your time, you were born, but that was about it. But a hit just like that by Luis Gonzalez won the 2001 World Series in Game 7 over the Yankees. The Diamondbacks just a little bloop out to shallow left center, and nobody was there. No one can get there, and Seth was on the run from the get-go, but no real chance. Brings up the hitter and lefty, Jacob Boynt. Fisher with the first pitch, nearly hits him. A great block, though, by Reed Gross. Runners on first and second base. That would have been second and third easily. And what's Reed talking to Ryan as he goes to the mound right now, Bo?
Just settle down a little bit. You know, nothing hurt yet. Just keep the guy at second, one down, and get us a double play.
Sometimes Reed tries to get Ryan to go a little bit more fastball heavy, it seems. Do you think that as runners in scoring position like that, he's going to go there, or do you want the movement a little bit, not letting a number 2 hitter get so predictable?
Yeah, I agree with the second one you went with there. Get a little different pitches in there, make him guess a little bit, get us a ground ball like I said before.
1-0 count, and a fastball knocked up the middle. Runner takes a round at third. He's being waved home and then pulled back as a great play and throw in home would have had him out by a mile. Chris Perriman not allowing the run to score at center field, but the bases are loaded. Aiden Roush up to the plate, and he is 1 for 1 on the day. Second time around, bottom of the third, one gone. You got the infield, that double play depth at the middle, and the Outlaws have turned a couple this year. There is a play at any base. First base is in, playing well inside the bag. Third base about halfway in, playing close to the lines. The first pitch to Roush is outside for a ball. This is the first real test of either side today. Aiden Roush in an RBI situation with one gone. The pitch. Fastball strike. Fisher taking his time, and Gross calling from behind the plate. Into the stretch. Hit hard. Out into left center. No one's going to get there. One runs in. A second waved around. Do they wave a third? No. The cutoff is in time. But the opening salvo has been scored. Michael Greer and Race Johnston come around to score, and the crowd here comes alive at Ladke Memorial Stadium. 2-0 Sheridan. Well, not much you could do there, Bo, but he hit it, and he hit it well.
Yeah, he hit it right in the gap. Nowhere to play there.
Brings up Quinn McCafferty, the cleanup hitter. Runners are at second and third base. Still one out. You have an open base to play with for Fisher on the mound, and the first pitch is inside for a ball. Fisher setting up, this time in the full windup. Misses back-to-back pitches, and it's 2-0. Tell me a little bit about what Ryan throws on the mound.
He goes a little fastball, and then I think he has a four-seam and then a curveball. He likes that curveball first. He's pretty comfortable with it, which is good. You can throw it at any time. His trouble is just getting behind kids and letting them get on base.
2-1 count. And I think that was the curveball on 2-1.
Yes.
Fisher and Gross, the battery mates, taking their time again. The score is 2-0 and timeout called at the plate. McCafferty, the cleanup hitter, and for good reason. 1 through 4 of Sheridan, very dangerous in the order. The pitch. Hit down the third baseline. Coming home. And the throw is off of the glove of Reed Gross, so everyone's safe. And another score, Jacob Boynt makes it 3-0. What do you think of the decision and what happened there on the play there, Bo?
I like that play just to get the lead runner. Just a little off the throw.
And just a little bit off. It almost sounded like it may have hit off the shoe of Reed Gross there.
Or like the shin plate or something.
Makes it 3-0. Runners are on the corners, first and third. Still one gone in the bottom of the third inning. And Fisher goes outside, strike one. Dalton Nelson takes it. Left-handed hitter there. That ball had some outward movement on there. I don't know how it crossed the plate and then got to where it was with Gross.
Yeah, it was inside pitch. Then it looked like it caught the outside corner.
Was tailing away from the batter. The 0-1 up high for a ball. Well, the Outlaws have some work to do. Down 3-0 and still needing to get out of the inning. Opening round here in Gillette, Wyoming of the AA State Tournament. Game 1. 2 from the east versus 3 from the west. 1-1 delivery. Bunt shown. Pulled back. And it's 2-1. Do you think that was a true bunt? You think he was going if it was in the zone? Or was that to mess with Fisher?
It was to mess with Fisher, I believe.
Small lead at third base. Outside, runner at first, goes for second, delayed double steal. The tag is applied. Runner at second is out, but the runner to home is in. The delayed double steal works to get another run in, although the Outlaws do get a second out. And it's 4-0. 5 hits, 1 hit to the Outlaws' name, 5 for Sheridan, and an error on either side. Well, that delayed double steal, you can see that coming from a mile away in Legion baseball. Now, It was a good throw. That's the second caught stealing by Reed Gross today. But, man, the throw home, just no time to get it back.
No. Yeah, that's you'd rather get an out there, but that was great. That was a great play by Reed.
Counts at 3-2. The bases have been emptied. 2 outs. The pitch inside. Looped into left field for an oppo single. And the inning again continues. Dalton Nelson, the catcher, continues the inning. Seems like it's all snowballing for the Outlaws at this point. Still no sign of a mound visit by the managers. They've usually given you guys quite a big leash, though, to figure it out for themselves, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. Ryan hasn't had a bad day today. He just needs some run support. This next inning, we need to really rack up the hits and get some runs for him. Make us feel a little bit comfortable.
He misses on a first pitch that looked pretty good out of the gates. 1-0 and now 2-0. And run support is the thing, and it's going to have to be good hits and finding the gaps because the Outlaws have relied a lot on slap hitting this year. They have a little bit of power at the middle of the order, but a lot of singles, and that ball is going to be very predictable in the infield. So you can't imagine there's going to be many errors, which also at times Evanston has relied on some bad fielding by the opposing teams. 2-0 count with 2 outs, 4-0 the score. The pitch is a foul. Jaron Brewer. He was thrown out to end last inning, and that shows you just how far along we've gotten in the order this inning, as he's up to the plate with 2 outs and 1 on. Brewer reached with a walk. Throw back to first is a good one, but the runner's in safely. Winner of this game plays either Casper or Cody tomorrow. The loser plays the loser of that game. Off the stretch, it's 3-1.
He needs to work back right here, get us out of the jam.
What's the call here at behind home plate?
I go fastball outside corner.
We'll have to wait on that one, see if that's the call indeed. as they go back to first base on a pickoff attempt. Runner is safe. And not much of a lead out there at first base by Nelson. And a walk given up. What was that? I missed the pitch there.
It was a fastball high up.
High up, missed. Sheridan team at Casper, I believe, that got the Outlaws out. Still looking for that win at the AA level in the last couple of years. They got one, I believe, against Rock Springs the first year at AA when we were in Jackson. And then had a great game that went the full 9 innings, I think 5-3 in an elimination game against Gillette. Strike thrown on the first pitch, seen by Justice Reese. He was a strikeout victim on 4 pitches back in the second inning. He was the second out of the inning. The delivery inside for a ball. Favorite place to play, Bo, around the state of Wyoming?
I would say Jackson.
Jackson?
Yep, I love Jackson. Jackson, the scenery, the field is in pristine condition, and that's just probably the funnest place to play.
That is a fun stadium, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great place as far as, like, you got the green monster out in center field.
Yep. Great place.
It's got a deep field as well. I think we're looking at 380 to the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
Outside ball, 2-1. It's usually cooler in Jackson, too, than other places.
Yes. It usually rains there. That's the
one downside.
That's the downside.
There is a lot of weather. 2-1 with 2 outs, 2 men on. Bottom of the third, 4 runs on the inning for Sheridan. And make it 3-1 with a low fastball. Don't have to go least favorite place, but
probably Rollins. That's what I would say.
I forgot about Rollins.
Yes, we played there in single A regionals.
Yes, you did.
That one. The field's not bad. It's just the wind.
The wind, and it's especially for a left-handed hitter.
Yeah.
I remember Hunter Hicks went 0 in that tournament just about. Runners go on 3-2, chop to the mound, and Ryan Fisher flips it to first. The inning ends, but not before 5 hits by Laramie and a walk as well. 4 runs come around to score. They do strand 2, the Outlaws. In the top of the 4th, need some offensive answers. We'll be joined by Bo Lloyd, former Outlaw, in that top of the 4th, to give his take on that as well. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Welcome back to Ladke Memorial Stadium here on day 1 of the AA Wyoming State Tournament, and it's 4-0 in the top of the 4th inning. The Evanston Outlaws giving up all 4 of those runs in the bottom of the 3rd. 5 hits by Sheridan. Jake Hibbert joined alongside Bo Lloyd, former Evanston Outlaw. And younger brother Seth Lloyd at the plate to lead it off. Seth, he's the only one with a hit so far for Evanston. Knocked one up the middle and looking to do something similar, at least, here on his second at-bat. First pitch, hit up foul, and out of play. Got nice netting here as well, I got to say, Bo. I like this much more than the traditional chain link we see at Legion Baseball.
Yeah.
Got the Major League netting style. A little easier to see through.
Oh, for sure.
I think there's another place we've got that. Jackson, I think, has the netting.
Yep.
But it's a little thicker gauge.
Yes.
We got Ian Fisher sneaking into the right. I know Ian better than to ask him to get on the air. He's going to just try and get into the head of old teammate Bo Lloyd. Knock foul, 0-2. Ian Fisher, a self-described has-been, right? Look at that catch. That's why you ran the hot corner, Bo.
Yes.
0-2 to Lloyd, and opposite field knock, just foul. Down the third base line. You were telling me over the break, it doesn't look too fast for Boynt. They're just not able to catch up on the movement, but more importantly, you think they're just getting in their own heads.
Yeah, I think they're just a little nervous. First game of state. They're a little young, so I think this next inning will be good.
Boynt on 0-2. The pitch, hit high, down towards third base. Greer settling under it, just in foul territory, and there's one gone. That looked like he got a little bit under that pitch, Bo.
Yeah, he did. He got behind 0-2.
A little under and a little bit under and behind as well. Ryan Fisher at the plate. And I got to ask Ian off air right now, what's going on with Ryan? He's been slumping as of late. He says he can't fix it.
Just be better. Just be better.
Well, Ryan's certainly hoping for a little better. He was an out victim in his first attempt, a strikeout on 5 pitches. Foul pitch, 0-2. Again, Laramie and Jackson the next game here at State, taking place at 1 p.m. All games played at Ladke Memorial Stadium. Really no breeze here, as you see in the flag out at dead center. And that's to the detriment of the players. Good hook play as Boynt throws a curveball to strike out Fisher. And there are 2 gone, top of the 4th. Gus Allred up. You liked him high like that, Bo.
Yeah, I did.
Those are kind of hard to hold off on 0-2, aren't they?
Yes, they are very.
Allred, a left-handed hitter. Boynt on the first pitch, swing and a miss. (4-0) the score. Sheridan leading. Second pitch taken for a ball, and a rare take by the Outlaws. Maybe a good sign at least that we have a little patience at the plate. Chris Perriman on deck. A little loop foul. I think he got a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Popped out of the glove of the catcher, Nelson. One and 2 with 2 outs. Inside, fastball. 2-2. So far, Boynt has struck out 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. Make it 2 in the fourth as well. A strikeout and a 2-3 put out on the drop third. And the inning is over. Bo, thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.
Have fun. Go on back, get the hot sun again with your mom, and we'll see you back up here maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, Bo Lloyd joining us in that third and fourth inning turnaround. The Outlaws trailing 4-0 to Sheridan. Bottom of the 4th inning coming up next on this First Bank presentation of Evanston Baseball on KNY and 99.1 FM.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service.
They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
What meets the eye, defeat me mentally. I like to see you try. Back on backpack flows and pack shows in the back rows with black fist picks and afros.
4-0 as we enter the bottom half of the 4th inning. 4 runs for Sheridan last half, and joined now by Ian Fisher. I didn't even think to ask you. You volunteered. You used to be so hard to get on the microphone, Ian.
Yeah, it wasn't about that action.
Your brother's on the mound right now. And he's down 1-0 in the count. It's kind of how he was worked this season and a lot of seasons. But what are you seeing now out there on the mound right now?
I think he's just trying to do too much, Just get it over the plate. They got a couple dink singles, hit one in the gap.
Strike taken, 1-1. I'd say all in all, he hasn't really had a bad day. He's gotten some pitches hit, but, that's going to happen. So far, though, just 1 hit, anemic offense by the Outlaws.
Yeah, they're just trying to do too much, String a couple hits together, see what you can do, but can't win the game in one swing.
8-9-1, the order due up for Sheridan in this bottom half of the 4th. Eric Taylor, Michael Greer, and Race Johnston. That was the order due up last inning. And this is actually the 3rd inning in a row that Eric Taylor's come to the plate as he was left in the right-handed batter's box back in the 2nd inning now. As Brewer was thrown out heading to second base. Second baseman, and down 0-1-2 in the count. The pitch from Fisher. And a single to lead things off straight up the middle and up the gut. The fastball looked like just good contact. Well, Ian, now that you're done with college baseball, what's next?
Oh, we're just going to figure this whole life thing out and see where it goes.
You finished up at University of Mary, right? Not
yes.
St. Mary, University of Mary in Bismarck.
Yes.
How'd that last season go for you?
It was all right, up and down. Had some arm troubles, but overall, much better season for us and the boys.
Fastball hit right through the 5-hole of Jagger Mitchell at third base, and Michael Greer on with an E5. Runners at first and second base. And that's field turf there. I got to think the Outlaws are getting a little bit in their own heads again in that last inning, looming large for them.
It's weird playing with good hops now. But
is that potentially a good hop maybe getting in your head?
You could say that.
You never played at the Cheyenne field, did you?
I never played at Cheyenne. I played here 1 year.
1 year.
1 year we played here.
Pass ball, but a quick reaction by Reed Gross on a shown bunt by Race Johnston. Keeps the runners at first and second. Johnston showing bunt on that first pitch. With a 4-0 lead, maybe not a bad idea to try to move the runners along, as Johnston hasn't been too big at the plate so far. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Timeout taken. So you started out in Nebraska 2 years, community college, went on to Mary, and overall, I guess got to ask, how was that experience getting to continue play baseball for 4 years and all?
It was great. Getting out in the world.
Bunt down.
Seeing some stuff. What's going on
to the
here?
first base bag, and the
out.
tag is applied, but it loops out of Brendan Thompson's glove.
And snowball
a throw
fight.
Down to third base. 1 run in.
No one's on third. He should go to third. Oh, they see it.
We've got 2 runners in, and a runner back to second base on what should have been a routine sacrifice bunt. Nobody covered the bag there, Ian. Brendan Thompson came up to apply the tag. He did, but then the ball came flying out of his glove, as will happen as when you don't take the force out. So both of the runners at first and second end up scoring, and we have no outs. Race Johnston is on with a second straight error, and I guess there was 2 errors on that play. An E4 and then another maybe an E6 there.
Yep.
can't remember if that was Lloyd who threw the ball. But either way, here we are, 6-0. And Jacob Boynt at the plate with a man in scoring position and no outs. And, well, now that's just silly. 4 errors for the Outlaws. Neither one of those runs, of course, earned. A high Baltimore chop down to second base.
Get rid of it.
Thompson throws it in time. Runner advances on to third. And tell me a little bit about we were talking about that bunt, playing baseball in college, Ian.
Oh, it's a lot different when you first get there.
Yeah.
All right, you kind of leave from the coddled everyone's your friend environment to survive.
Not as friendly of teammates on day one?
Oh, always friendly teammates,
Okay. Just the competitive levels ramped up so high. At the plate, we have Aiden Roush. Count is 1-0, and the inning has already gotten away from Evanston. Fastball strike. Taken by Roush. Runner at third base is Race Johnston. How many years you play for the Outlaws? Was it 5, 6 years?
5.
5 years, yeah. So adding it up, and I think the most you really could play, I guess maybe 7 if you really worked at it, because Seth Lloyd is in his 6th year right now, and I'm not sure. He will be going on a mission, so he won't play a 7th, but I'm not sure if he would be eligible to play a 7th where his age is at.
I believe he's too old now, so it would be.
Yeah, I think 6 is about the limit.
Yup. Because I was invited up the year before I came up, Hoover invited me up to play.
But you wouldn't have been eligible for postseason, right? Or is that what it would have been?
Oh, I would have been.
Okay.
I decided to stay down one more year.
Oh, you could have played 6, excuse me. Yeah, okay, yeah, yep. 2-2. Hit well, down towards short and into the outfield. Race Johnston taps his way home, and Roush continues the route with a 7-0 lead for Sheridan, standing on first base. 1 gone. Number 5 hitter, number 4 hitter, Quinn McCafferty, and that's it for Ryan Fisher. Jason Lloyd given the hook, and Jordan Schneider is moving into the infield, which would suggest, well, it looks like Ethan Buse coming out of the bench, I think, to get, that's number 10, Ethan Buse coming in.
We got a lot of glove switching going on here.
Yeah, that'll move Ryan Fisher to the outfield, probably to left field. That'd put Casey Perriman to right. Yeah, and then maybe that's it. Maybe that's all there was. I thought Schneider was switching a glove out to go to the infield.
I believe Jagger came to the bench too, so something's going on there.
Okay.
Schneider and Jagger both jogged in.
Well, that would put Schneider is a third baseman, definitely. So that would be an interesting switch, though, to take the bat of Jagger out of the lineup, though. And I see him coming back out. So I think Schneider is out of the game, a defensive guy mostly. And let's take a look now at Ethan Buse's numbers. He was actually the pitcher for the last regular season game where Evanston defeated Jackson 16-1 to put their conference record at 3-3, 52 pitches through 5 innings. And I was going through some stats and looking at it. Actually, the most efficient pitcher on the year by the numbers is Ethan Buse. He's has the fewest pitches per inning thrown at just under 16, 15.75. And his percentage of batters that he gets an out before 3 pitches have been thrown at 3 or less pitches, right about 56%. That's at the lead and comparable, just ahead of Ryan Fisher and Seth Lloyd. He's been a good addition to the mound this year, coming out of Idaho and transferring over for the Outlaws. On the year, 40 innings complete, a 3.675 ERA, 18 strikeouts, 22 walks, 3 hit batsmen, 21 earned runs on 46 hits and 30 runs overall. Ethan Buse, a tall kid. He's got the eye black on, though. And man, he looks like a linebacker out there, right?
It's a look.
It is. It's a sunny day. You got the sun up. Sun's out, guns out.
No, I love this kid. He takes all the opportunities he gets.
First pitch.
Does what he can.
Knocked out to left, and a play made in the field by Casey Perriman. He lost his footing, but got it back. 1 pitch, 1 out.
I think it's Ryan.
You're right. It is Ryan. Ryan goes from.
Nice read, bud.
That is. Almost lost it there, but got it back. So, yeah, that is Ryan out there. Casey on to right field. He's a methodical pitcher. He's a much slower working than, say, Seth Lloyd is. Off the stretch, Buse is high for a ball. It's Dalton Nelson, the catcher, at the plate after McCaffrey's retired on one pitch by Buse. Second pitch outside as well. He's got a little bit different cadence, but he also works a little differently than the Outlaws, don't you think?
Yeah.
The rest of the Outlaws, Ian.
He does his own thing, and that's what you need out there on the pitch, you know? Do what you're comfortable with. Just get the job done. Find a way.
Out the stretch, inside, and just jumping out of the way. Dalton Nelson gave up the free pass and a 3-0 count. That closes the book on Ryan Fisher at 3 and a third innings, and still has a base runner on that is inherited by Buse. 7 runs given up, not all of those earned, and in fact, in that in this inning, all 3 that have scored have come by way of errors. All going back to that mishandled and then even more mishandled sacrifice bunt attempt by Race Johnston that he ended up scoring on eventually. A walk given up by Buse on 4 pitches brings up the number 6 hitter, Jaron Brewer. I believe Brewer led off the inning.
That brings up number 20, Brewer.
No, it was Taylor. There we go. So he's the 8th man to come to the plate. Right-handed hitter, 2 outs, runners on first and second. And a ball. Mound visit gives us some time. You've watched him a little bit this year, Ian. What's Ethan's throw out there?
You know, throws a fast. He got a little weird slider curve thing.
Yeah.
That's what we just saw right there that came off the plate. That's probably what they're talking about. Probably got crossed up on signs. And then he's got a fastball. I think he's got a changeup, but I mean,
I've definitely seen a slider cutter sort of thing.
He's got something that moves.
Yeah. 1-0 off the stretch and a strike inside. Looks like you're getting the edges of the plate today on the mound.
This umpire's been very consistent on that inside side, and then he's also been really good at seeing those high curveballs and not calling them when they kind of cross in.
1-1, 2 outs. Brewer at the plate. The pitch by Buse, he goes tumbling down to the ground, and that's a long way to fall.
Love that. Pitchers are athletes.
2-1. Small lead at second base. Gus Allred holding back just at the edge of the infield grass. Field turf. There's no dirt on this field. 3-1 count. And you don't mind that when you're fielding, but you do when it gets about this time, and it's 90 degrees down there. Buse off the stretch on 3-1. Strike 2. Did you encounter much field turf infields at the college level? I know they're starting to make their way in there.
We had a lot of field turf. Basically, it was just whenever you went to a bigger school, it was generally field turf. You'd encounter a couple dirt mounds and stuff like that, but.
Runners going on the full count, and it's fouled off down the line. Nearly barehanded by manager Ben Phillips. And that's was that an adjustment for you to make, or was it not too big of a difference? Is it a little weird being on field turf on your plant leg?
It's an experience the first time you do it, but you kind of figure it out there at the end. And then a lot of fields actually do turf and then do like a dirt middle mound.
Full count again, runners going. Out to left center, may score 2. 1 run waved around. The second is as well. A little bit of a bobble out in left center. Both runners score. It's 9-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, and Brewer keeps the inning going with a 2 RBI double. Well, Ethan Buse has an earned run. That first lead runner to come around was the final tallied on to Ryan Fisher's day. 9-0 in the bottom of the 4th. As we're in a 7-inning game, that means one more run means the Outlaws need something or this game's over at the top half if they don't get anything. Chopped down to third base, fielded by Mitchell. A long throw is one hop and everyone's safe. Runner advances from second to third as well. It's a tough throw for Jagger there. Eric Taylor, who did lead off the inning, comes up. Sheridan is batted around. (9-0) the score. Runners on the corners. Still 2 outs. Buse trying to keep the Outlaws away from that 10-run rule, and he may have done it. First pitch by Taylor is knocked up to mid-center field. Settled in by Chris Perriman. And the inning finally ends. Ian, you want to stick around for another half inning or you got to go?
I'll hang out.
All right, we'll see Ian Fisher, former Outlaw as well. On the other side, when we come back, it's 9-0. Top of the 5th coming up next. The Outlaws up to bat on this First Bank presentation of Evanston Baseball on KNYN 99.1 and online at mylocalradio.com.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Right.
Top of the 5th inning as we welcome you back to Ladke Memorial Stadium, and it's the AA State Tournament. Chris Perriman at the plate. 6-7-8 up for the Outlaws, and Jacob Boynt continues to pitch. And I have Ian Fisher, former Outlaw. You hit pretty well. I think you hit like .583 that last season for the Outlaws, but you said don't ask me about hitting advice because once you got to college, you never touched a bat. So instead, I'm going to ask you about Jacob Boynt on the mound for Sheridan after this 1-0 pitch. What are you seeing out of Boynt as we get swing and miss from Perriman?
He's just attacking the Evanston hitters. You know, he's going right at them. And then, I mean, he's just spotting up fastballs. A lot of his strikeouts are going to be on low fastballs like that one we just saw. That was a ball.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he's living down to that area, and it's tough to hit.
Yeah, he's been very tough to hit. There's been a lot of swing and miss, and I think the Outlaws are a little bit antsy, but Boynt, to his credit, has been causing a lot of that. Perriman showing some patience this time as Boynt has gotten him in the first. He got him on the first time going straight out of the zone. Counts at 3-1. See if he reins it in a bit on 3-1. The pitch does come in, and it's fouled out for a full count.
And then that's the other problem we're occurring with right there is we're getting those pitches to hit, and we're just not driving them. And when these guys see one that's good, they give it a ride somewhere.
3-2 pitch is outside, and Chris Perriman works a leadoff walk. That is the first base on balls drawn by the Evanston Outlaws today. Ethan Buse will hit in the number 9 spot for Jordan Schneider, and he is in the hole right now. Ethan actually very limited batting attempts so far this season, but he hasn't been a bad batter. He's 29 plate appearances, 9 hits, 7 singles, 2 doubles, a .391 clip, and again, a very small sample size. Brings up Brendan Thompson. He takes strike 1. Thompson on the day. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Thompson actually one of the hottest Evanston Outlaws in the month of July, hitting up in the upper 300s. I think 382 was the number I said earlier. 368. That bested only by Seth Lloyd at 529 and Jagger Mitchell at 425. With Ethan Buse 500 in the month of July, but that threw, I think, 4 at-bats, so we don't count that one.
Hey, numbers are numbers, you know. Got to get yours.
0-2 count to Brendan Thompson. Good speed on the base pass right now. Outlaws looking for that first run around. Small lead as the runner, Perriman, does take off. Slap, hit, and run. Thompson does it perfectly. That is a classic hit and run play. Durf going on his way to third, and you made me say it, Chris, on his way to third. Thompson to second.
It's a snowball fight.
And the throw home is in time as Chris Perriman is thrown out on a hit and run where Brendan Thompson knocked it to the hole left by the second baseman covering the bag. Perriman then takes third, an overthrow to second, and Perriman coming home. I'll tell you what, the tag was very close.
Also slid on that bat lane there because it was never moved.
It was a bang-bang play, and you're right there. Perriman was right there, but I'm not sure, as you don't see too much of an argument, that the Outlaws have an argument either way. That was either way it's called, you got to say probably, as the umpire was right there. And again, we have 3 umpires for these state tournaments. Goes on to Casey Perriman, who hits it out to center field. There are 2 outs. Evanston thought they had that opening run, and the aggressive base running on that hit and run, you can't fault it. But things look a little different now instead of second and third, and maybe that being a sacrifice, although probably a little too shallow. There are 2 outs. And Ethan Buse is signaled into the game. He replaces Jordan Schneider in the lineup. Brendan Thompson at second base. It's a big field here, as I was mentioning earlier, mostly symmetrical, 320 down the lines, but 400 to dead center and 380 almost in the gaps. A bigger outfield. Leaves more room for hitting that left or right center area. Buse takes a fastball, strike one. When's the last time you picked up a bat and went to the cages, Ian?
Oh, I do it all the time. I go help out. Whenever Coach asks me, I go help out. Put a couple out on the Babe Ruth field the other day,
Okay.
Casual.
Second pitch, swung on,
Hit
hit to second, and not gloved. Buse on his horse. They're in time to continue the inning, and E4 keeps it going, and that's why you never give up on a pitch, Ian. A ball that was just lofted off and nearly in and out of the glove of Eric Taylor. Ends up squirting off to his left, and he can't make the play in time. Buse was hustling out of the box.
Got to get those wheels going. Like I said, pitchers are athletes.
First and third of the runners. Brendan Thompson on third, Buse on first, and the leadoff, Reed Gross at the plate. Gross 0 for 2. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Gross was a 1-pitch pop-out to start the game and then reached on an error back in the third inning. 9-0 the score. Slap out to left field and picked up for the third out. Race Johnston grabs it out at left, so the Outlaws trail 9-0. Ian, thanks for joining me, keeping me company out here on the, I guess not out on the field, but up on the box. And good luck going forward figuring out that life thing. How about?
Thanks so much, Jay.
All right. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th inning next. Outlaws trail Sheridan 9-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board on this First Bank presentation of Evanston Baseball.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Bedroom on a poster. I bet she know what's up when I approach her. Boyfriend came in last place. We up in the sky like a vulture.
9-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard as we welcome you back to Ladke Memorial Stadium here in Gillette, Wyoming. in a situation where Sheridan is 1 run away from a walk-off. Laramie coming up next at 1 p.m. Right now, time on the clock, 11:22. I'd say we're well on schedule for the start of those games. This game got started about 4 minutes early, but I am told in general that here at State they will not begin games early, so the schedule won't get running ahead. Of course, it always could get behind, but probably not with the time allotted of 3 hours between games and just being 7-inning contests. Again, 9-0 the score on that Impact Physical Therapy board, and right now I'm getting the scoreboard's dropped a little bit, so I'm going to re-edit it so that we can get a better view of that bottom picture. Ethan Buse comes out to the mound, his first full inning of work. 9-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, 5 runs last inning, and just about all of those unearned. Little slap down to short. It's a tough play. Lloyd, the throw, in time. Great charge of the ball, a little slow chopping ball by Seth Lloyd. They fail on the around the horn as Lloyd sidearm throws it down to Jagger Mitchell errantly. But you'll take that if you get the actual out. 1 hitter and 1 gone as Michael Greer's retired. It turns the lineup over to Race Johnston. Appreciate former Outlaws Ian Fisher and Bo Lloyd coming up to join us today. First pitch to Johnston, down towards the third base dugout. Jagger Mitchell making a run at it, but it's out of play by a mile. 9-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Counts at 0-1 to Johnston, and Buse goes head hunting, not intentionally, but does so nonetheless. 1-1. Buse taking his time on the mound. Out of the full windup on 1-1. Knocked down the third base line, just fair. Toes right down past the glove of Jagger Mitchell into left field. Johnson makes a big turn at first, down to second. The tag is not in time, and a race around hustle double by Race Johnston with 1 out has the scoring and winning run on base for Sheridan with 1 out. Ten-run rule at 5. 9-0 the score. Bottom of the 5th. Sheridan with 11 hits. The pitch is fouled away. Jacob Boynt could end it with a gapper here and finish off a nice complete game shutout that he's working on. 2 hits. There have been 3 errors, and I was expecting maybe 1 in the whole game. Had 7 combined on the board. Runner at second, makes it go for third, and then holds back the throw down. Chases Johnston back to second. Count is at 0-2. Jacob Boynt on the day, 3 plate appearances. 2 groundouts and a single. Single coming back in the third inning, a double. Takes ball 1. No, that was Roush with the double. It was a single by Boynt. Ended up scoring on a single after getting to third on the double. Runner on second base. Healthy lead, takes a step back. Dancing around there on, trying to take the attention. Slap out to right field. Runner is waved around. This is the game. Throw from right field is a good one. The tag is not in time. And a winner for Johnston. That is the game. 10-0 the score, as Sheridan has won it on a single by Jacob Boynt. Race Johnston takes a big turnaround third on a slap to right field. The throw was in time, but a little off target, and Reed Gross was unable to make the play. And 10-0 is the final. 12 hits for Sheridan, 2 for Evanston. But remember, this is a double elimination tournament, so neither team quite out of it yet. We'll take a post-game break, come back with the stats, winners and losers, and get you ready for what we have and what we know tomorrow and later on today. This is a First Bank presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Superior Rental is Evanston's only full-service rental equipment store. We have what you need to get the job done. Backhoes, trenchers, excavators, air compressors, jackhammers, concrete tools, hammer drills, aerators, tillers, power rakes, forklifts, log splitters, tables and chairs, popcorn, snow cone, and cotton candy machines. Alright, you get the picture. You don't have to own when you can rent from Superior Rental, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston.
10-0 the final on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard as the Sheridan Troopers shut out the Evanston Outlaws on day one of the AA state tournament here from Labke Memorial Stadium in Gillette, Wyoming. Losing pitcher on the mound, Ryan Fisher goes 3 1/3 innings through 80 pitches, 52.5%, which were strikes. Gave up 9 hits, 8 runs, half of those were earned. Struck out 2, walked 2 as well. Ethan Buse went 1 inning complete, 24 pitches, 58% of which were strikes, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of those were earned, and walked 1 batter, did not strike anyone out. Jacob Boynt, complete game win on 81 throws, and his strike percentage sitting at just over 70%. 2 hits is all, 7 strikeouts, and a walk. As those Boynt, as we said, is over 70%, 81 pitches, 57 strikes. He had 2 groundouts induced and 5 flyouts. And out of the 19 batters he faced, 14 he delivered first pitch strikes to. We'll take another break, look at the Evanston and Sheridan Trooper hitters when we continue this postgame show next. Again, 10-0. Evanston falls to Sheridan in round 1 of the AA state tournament, live from Gillette, Wyoming, on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at West Star Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit West Star Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. West Star Printing, 307-789-5202.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come on in Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come on in Hotel and Suites, Casper.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
For generations, gun ownership has been an important part of our heritage. At the Gun Room in Evanston, you'll find a large selection of quality firearms. Everything from personal protection handguns to hunting rifles and shotguns. With a wide selection of hunting gear, ammo, optics, and apparel, we have what you need. Ask about our 90-day layaway program. And remember, success on the range and in the field starts at the Gun Room. Call today, 307-789-2677.
See the blood move, and the waves get high, make your move.
10-0 the final on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Sheridan out-hits Evanston 12-2. So as we said, when we came back, we would go through the hitters, and I'm not going to go through every Evanston hitter as there's a whole lot of zeros. Let's give you the guys who got on base. Seth Lloyd went 1 for 2 with a single, and Brendan Thompson singled as well. I know that's what it was ruled, at least, and it was close to that. I know that was a single. He went 1 for 2 with the single, and it was the error that I was thinking of. Ethan Buse reached base with that E4. There was 1 walk given up, and it was given up. Chris Perriman made his way onto first by way of a full count walk. He was thrown out subsequently at the plate on a sacrifice bunt attempt that nearly worked to perfection, but ended up, after a couple of errors, sending Chris Perriman home. The throw at the plate was just in time, and the Outlaws would not score today. Here's something interesting that you don't see too much out of the Evanston Outlaws. Out of 19 batters faced, 7 of them struck out. That is very uncharacteristic for the Evanston Outlaws. Ryan Fisher strikes out twice. Gus Allred, Chris Perriman, Brendan Thompson, Casey Perriman, and Jordan Schneider all strike out once as well. So the only hitters who did not strike out for the Outlaws today, Reed Gross, Jagger Mitchell, Seth Lloyd, and then in 1 plate appearance, Ethan Buse. For Sheridan, it was a little bit different story. 2 for 4 is Race Johnston's line, the leadoff hitter for Sheridan. He scores 3 times. He struck out once. Jacob Boynton had the walk-off RBI single. 2 for 4 day for him with a run scored, and, of course, that RBI to win the game. Aiden Roush goes 3 for 3, perfect day at the plate, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs. Quinn McCafferty, the cleanup hitter, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Dalton Nelson goes 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk drawn. Jaron Brewer, 1 for 1. He had 2 RBIs on that hit, and he had 2 walks as well. 1 for 3 day by Justice Reese. He was a strikeout victim, one of the 2 for Sheridan in this game by Ryan Fisher. 1 for 3 day for Eric Taylor, the number 8 hitter for Sheridan. He scored once. And for the number 9 man, Michael Greer, he went 1 for 3 as well, but scored twice. So again, 10 runs, 13 hits, 7 RBIs, 3 walks drawn, and 2 strikeouts is the line for the Sheridan Troopers through 26 batters. Conversely for the Outlaws, no runs, 2 hits, no RBIs, of course, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts through 18 at batters. Through 18 batters faced, I should say. We'll take one last break and close this game out as we look ahead to where the Outlaws have tomorrow, where they play, who they're playing against, when we come back on this First Bank presentation of Evanston Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather.
Final time here, post-game from Ladke Memorial Stadium in Gillette, Wyoming, as we welcome you back. Evanston falling in the opening round to Sheridan of the AA State Tournament, 10-0 in 5 innings. Player of the game, no question here, Jacob Boynt with his fine day on the mound, delivering, 85 pitches. Is all he needs for that complete game win. Just 2 hits allowed. And from what I'm told, he's their number 3 starter in the order. So a fine showing for the Sheridan Troopers as they move on tomorrow to play at 4 p.m. against either Casper or Cody. That game will be played at 4 p.m. today of Casper and Cody to determine who moves on in that game. Evanston gets the loser of that contest at 10 a.m. tomorrow, either Casper, which they are 0-2 against on the season. 0-3. 0-2 in conference year, 0-3 on the regular season. And Cody, a team they have not played in the 2019 season. The next game up on the schedule here at Ladke Memorial is Jackson and Laramie. Those 2 teams will play at 1 p.m. in about an hour and a half from now. Number 2 Jackson out of the west side versus number 3 Laramie out of the east. That's followed by that Casper, 1 seed out of the west. Cody, 4 seed out of the east by way of moving up from single A to double A. Cody is given the number 4 seed, as of course they played all year long in single A. And the final game of the day, the nightcap, number 1 home team. Out of the east, Gillette, the Rough Riders take on the Rock Springs Sand Puppies. Archie Hay, Post 24, trying to pull the upset of the tournament with a win in that 7:30 game tonight. Cody, 45-12 on the season in the single A level, 15-1 in conference, and I believe that one loss came to Green River in conference play. We will see you tomorrow at about 9:50 for pregame coverage leading you up to a 10 a.m. game on right here at Ladke Memorial Stadium on mylocalradio.com. Evanston versus against either Cody or Casper on mylocalradio.com, and of course online and on the airwaves at KNYN 99.1. Jake Hibbard, at least for another day, bringing you Outlaws baseball tomorrow, 10 a.m. Be there. We'll see you then.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on mylocalradio.com. Go online to check out more live and archived action from Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. This has been a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of this stream may be used or rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of the aforementioned rights holder. We thank all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible, and mostly, we thank you for tuning in.